NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By State Farm, here to help life go right. Talk to an agent today or call 1-800-STATE-FARM. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a small drink. Limited time only. And by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon.
Dodgers have taken the field, and we're getting ready for baseball. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 74 degrees. You see the winds and humidity, and it is clear. Let's take a look at the Giants lineup. It's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Hernandez, Panic, and then Denard Span. Buster Posey, lefties, he hits them well. Pence, Crawford, Tomlinson, Ryder Jones will hit 8, and Bumgarner 9.
On the hill tonight for the Dodgers is going to be the left-hander, Yin-Jin Ryu. Ryu, 6'3", 260-pounder. And this year he's had a couple of injuries that have put on the DL. When he's right, you're going to see a guy that can throw low 90s, sometimes higher. He'll cut the ball. He's got a curveball, slider, changeup. 114 strikeouts, 122 innings. Tells you he's got good stuff, and he's going to throw a lot of stuff at you. He won't ride the fastball. He believes in his specialty pitches.
First pitch is driven down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Kike Hernandez does a nice job of keeping it from hitting the wall, but it doesn't matter. The other Hernandez opens the game up with a double.
Let's take a look at that Dodger defense playing behind Ryu tonight, starting in the Dodger outfield from left to right. It's going to be Hernandez, Taylor, and Puig. Outstanding arms across the board. Seager, Forsythe will be on the left side of the infield. Culberson and Farmer on the right side. And Austin Barnes, he'll be in the squat, putting down the signs.
So here's Panic. By the way, we got started right on time. We're always very happy about that. Panic shows bunt, and it's a good one. And he might have a hit. And he's just thrown out with Culberson covering on a nice play.
That was a nice play by Kyle Farmer. All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game. Number one, Bumgarner snapped the streak. That's right. His last 4 starts, he's 0-4 with a 5.40 ERA. However, Giants need to give him some runs. They're averaging 2.8 runs for him this year. That's the second lowest in baseball. And Joe Panic, stay hot. Last 17 games hitting the cool, 467, 28 for 60. Those are our Nissan keys to the game.
We're going to not give Joe Panic a sacrifice, and that official score should be fired.
I think he overthought the situation.
My goodness.
Not a good call.
The 1-0 to Span, and Span takes a strike on the inside corner, and that's called by Mike Everett. Baker, Barber, Dreckman from first to third.
Mike Everett played umpire. He's a low ball umpire. You may see a little more width on the strike zone with right-handed hitters up there than to lefties.
Out of play, 1-2.
And his corners can be inconsistent. But he likes the knee-high strike. Won't see many belt highs.
So Ryu now pitched for the strikeout. Span is 0 for 3 lifetime against Ryu, and he runs it in. It's 2-2. Giants lost last night 4-2. The Dodgers scored all of their runs against Jeff Samardzija in the 3rd inning.
I find this interesting. The Dodgers are playing that infield in. That's a compliment to Madison Bumgarner.
3-2.
It's the 1st inning, and the Dodgers are a team that they score runs. But Dave Roberts playing his infield in, and that's for one reason. He respects that Madison Bumgarner is going to go out there and be tough tonight. guess if you're a Dodger manager, you'd have to believe that too. Bumgarner's lifetime ERA 2.59 against the Dodgers.
Tap slowly to first. And that's going to be the most unexciting out of the year. So Span is retired. And that'll bring up Posey. Buster coming in hitting .314 with 12 home runs, 63 runs batted in. He went 1 for 4 and knocked in a run in the game last night. Out of play. He's 8 for 27 against Ryu, and part of those 8 hits are 3 doubles and a home run. And the 0-1 to Posey is a off-speed pitch that is high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think if you watch Ryu, he kind of sets up his fastball with his off-speed stuff. And it's rare that he'll throw 2 fastballs in a row. I mean, he just doesn't do it very often. But he's got a lot of different movements that he can give you. And he'll throw them all in any pitch, in any count.
Posey with a base hit, and the Giants lead 1-0. So very much like what happened in the game last night.
Right fielder number 8, Hunter Pence.
Well, I think that's a big hit momentum-wise. When you have a leadoff double, you're automatically thinking that's going to be a run that you're going to get in. But now all of a sudden you have a 2-out runner at third. Now you need a big hit. And I think that's a very big single for Posey. Highest average against breaking balls, curves, and sliders. Posey this year and hit .367.
Pence takes a strike.
You know, it's funny you see that kind of stat, yet we feel that Posey's the best fastball hitter on this Giants team.
Against guys that really throw hard.
Really throw hard.
And the next pitch close but misses. Hunter Pence 0 for 4 last night. He's coming in at .256.
That last pitch Ryu wanted.
So staying right there in the same spot.
Well, that's what I mean by soft corners. I mean, sometimes you get that pitch, sometimes you don't. And it's frustrating for both the pitcher and the hitter. I mean, in Pence's mind, that the previous pitch was called a ball. Therefore, that outside pitch isn't going to be a strike. Boom, next pitch you get the strike.
And he stays out there again. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the ground, it'll be Culberson from the cut of the grass, and that'll end the inning. Giants on the board after 1/2 inning. Giants 1. Dodgers coming up. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll go like this. Taylor, Seager, and then Kike Hernandez, who early in these 2 matchups, it was all Hernandez. Now it's Puig, Forsythe, and Barnes. Kyle Farmer will hit 7th, Culberson 8th, and Ryu 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants is going to be Madison Bumgarner, the 28-year-old, 6'5", 250-pounder, making his 13th start since returning to the rotation after spending 75 games on the disabled list. His 17th start overall. It's 3-9 on the year, if you can believe that. Throwing much better than what 3-9 would lead you to believe. They just haven't scored runs for him. This is what he's going to throw you. About 80% of the time you're going to see hard stuff. A fastball and the cutter is going to be right around low 90s. He's also got a curveball and a changeup. And he can make that cutter bigger. He can tighten it up, make it look like a slider. He can make it look like a little cutter. A lot of creativity with that pitch. All that from a low three-quarter release. 14-9 lifetime against the Dodgers with a 2.59 ERA. Likes pitching here in Los Angeles. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Bumgarner, starting in the outfield. Giants will have Hernandez, Span, and Pence. Good arms on the corners. Crawford, Tomlinson on the left side. Panic and Jones on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So Bumgarner has an early lead. Hasn't happened that much this year. It's just a 1-0 lead, but it is a lead.
It's a mulligan.
Here's Taylor hitting at 291. Went 0 for 4 in the game last night. And Bumgarner starts him off with a pitch inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Taylor, Seager, Hernandez. Just underway here in Southern California on a beautiful, nice, clear Saturday night. Here's a strike. Gets 1 ball and 1 strike.
You always look at what the velocity is of Bumgarner. It's so consistent, right around 91. That's where he's at. 2 fastballs tonight. Jeff Samardzija, Austin Slater watching this one, talking it over.
I always like to see young hitters talk to veteran pitchers. You can
too.
learn a lot.
Well, and you know what? Vice versa. Young pitchers with veteran hitters.
Taylor takes inside. It's 3-1. He's 0 for 3 lifetime against Bumgarner.
A lot of knowledge in that dugout every game. And if you're a young player, you just have to tap into it.
No swing, and it's a leadoff walk. So Bumgarner trying to get his feet on the ground.
Shortstop number 5.
If Bumgarner's going to have a problematic inning, it's likely to be in the first.
Say that about a lot of great pitchers. Until they find their rhythm, they're vulnerable. And that means the first inning is when you can get them. A rare walk to open a game for Bumgarner.
Seager likes the first pitch, but not that one. He's hitting at 297. He's been banged up lately. He's got a little bit of ownage on Bumgarner. And he went 1 for 3 last night in the Dodger win. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kike Hernandez on deck. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Ballpark today live. We watched batting practice, and it was a home run show for both teams. The infield here is a good one. Kind of medium speed with the grass in the infield. Same thing about the gaps in the outfield. Rare to hear an infielder complain about taking a ground ball in this infield.
Bumgarner comes back with a fastball in at 92. Dodgers 53 and 23 at home. First strikeout, first out, and here's Hernandez.
Left field, number 14, DJ Hernandez.
Take a look at the breaking ball. It was the kill pitch. Big low 3/4 little crossover step, and it's very effective for Bumgarner against left-handed hitters because it does cause a little bit of give in their swing, and it opens up that outside corner, and he just took advantage of it.
I mean, that really wasn't great location. So here's Hernandez on the ground to Panic, to Crawford, to Jones, and that is called a 4-6-3 double play. Shutdown inning, 1-0 Giants.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Da Vinci Marble. Hit a home run on your next remodel with slabs, tiles, and more from the Bay Area's premier showroom, Da Vinci Marble.
It's a 1-0 lead for the Giants. Buster Posey RBI single, and the hitter will be Brandon Crawford. Crawford, Tomlinson, Ryder, Jones. Facing Ryu, the pitch, and a line drive into right field, a base hit. So Crawford doesn't waste any time, putting Ryu right back in the stretch.
Well, September's Fan Appreciation Month, and we're celebrating the best fans in baseball all month long. From now until Sunday, October 1st, all Giants Dugout Store locations will offer 30% off select merchandise. For a list of Dugout Store locations, go to sfgiants.com/dugout stores.
So here's Kelby Tomlinson. Kelby Tomlinson has done a nice job coming off the bench, spot starting, hitting at .269. Tonight he finds himself at third base against the Dodger lefty. Kershaw tomorrow. He might be back at third again tomorrow. And there's a call strike. From a play-by-play standpoint, Mike Everett is just not good for me. His strike call is forward. There's a little pop-up into center field. As Taylor's going to put it away.
Well, forward meaning that his hand action is in front of his chest, and you can't see it.
Can't see it. Give me Dutch Rennert, who ran to both dugouts when he called the strike.
He was a good one.
But I'm not saying he's a bad umpire.
He's got his own style.
Forcing me to do the game off the monitor. Here's Ryder Jones at 180. 1 ball and no strikes. And Madison Bumgarner chalking up. Got a breaking ball, and he dribbles it foul to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
1-0 big curveball. Just gives you an idea of Ryu. I mean, he really mixes it up. And I think to a degree it can hurt him because, you know, he pitches off the fastball so much. He gives you so much off speed. You can just sit off speed.
And another off-speed pitch and another foul ball.
You know, off-speed pitches, basically, when you throw them off a fastball, they're designed to get a hitter off their back leg, take the balance and the strength out of their at-bat. When you have such a steady diet of off-speed stuff, guys go up there and they look that speed. They don't really concern themselves with that fastball because they know they're going to get something off speed. That's when you can hurt a guy.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's thrown Jones as many off-speed pitches, given that there's that hole between Farmer and Culberson.
And he calls his own game. I mean, he shakes off a lot.
Crawford in the stolen base department, he's got 3. He's been thrown out 4 times. Fouled again. And another off-speed pitch. Okay, so the 1-0 lead. Ryu at the belt. Got him.
Yeah, Ryder Jones cannot believe it. And that was a big breaking ball that kind of wrapped around the inside corner.
Number 40, Madison Bumgarner.
The team, look at the target. I mean, they set up away. This thing's on the other side of the plate. So a generous call from Mike Everett. And Ryder Jones is going to have to think about that one for a while.
Well, here's Madison Bumgarner.
And he will look breaking ball.
7 for 31. In those 7 hits are 3 home runs.
All right, time now for our Togos Big Play the Togos way. And this day 3 years ago, right here in Dodger Stadium, Madison Bumgarner hit a 2-run homer off of Zach Greinke.
We did not think that one was going to go. Healthy rip and a foul out of play. Bumgarner on the ground to third, and on the backhand is Forsythe. His throw is in the dirt, and everybody is safe as Crawford moves to third. It'll be an error on Forsythe, but he got one part of the play done. He did a really nice job, just couldn't finish it.
Well, and he had more time than he thought. Bumgarner was just a slow jog going down the first base line. And you're right. I mean, this was a nice play to the backhand. I thought this ball was going to get by him. He throws low, and Farmer cannot dig it out. So Forsythe takes an error. You know, both guys feel bad about that. Forsythe because of the throw, and Farmer because he didn't dig it out and help his teammate.
Hernandez doubled in the first. He doubled down the left field line, eventually scored. Just off the plate, 2-0.
Shows a fastball off the plate in just to give you a sniff of the speed. Then he goes away with the changeup. You watch the way this guy throws his pitches. It's just rare that he throws fastballs back to back. If he does, they're not often in the strike zone.
Swing. Ain't gonna miss.
But in one at bat, if you see 7 pitches, you could see 7 different types of movement in speeds.
Towards the hole. And that'll end the inning. Giants strand a pair. It'll be Yasiel Puig to lead it off.
Here's the pitch. A line drive to center. This could be it. Mays waiting. He's got it. The Giants win the pennant. The Giants have won it as Pierce is mobbed by the Giants. They've won it 6-4 on a dramatic 4-run rally in the ninth. The Giants are going crazy down there.
This Giants moment was brought to you by This Is Us. Tuesday, America's favorite show is back. Emmy award-winning drama This Is Us returns Tuesday at 9, 8 Central on NBC.
It's a hit in our house. So here's Puig. Always nice little history between Bumgarner and Puig. And that has never stopped Bumgarner from pitching Puig inside.
Well, and you know what? He just got a strike that he wants to get. I mean, that's a pitcher strike. That's right there on the high inside corner of that strike zone. And he's just going to keep pounding those hands. From that low 3/4 release, he's got a natural movement that'll slide 3-4 inches, and he can run it flat. He can drop tilt on it as a back foot. Very creative with that movement.
Leaks out over the plate, and it's fouled out of play. It's 1-2. On deck is Forsythe and then Austin Barnes. On the ground to third where Tomlinson has it. His throw will be in time. So Puig is gone, and here's Forsythe.
Number 11, Logan Forsythe.
Forsythe last night had never had a hit against Samardzija. He was 0 for 15. And he opened up that 4th inning with a double. And then Rich Hill doubled.
Go figure.
And then eventually a home run. And that was it. There's a called strike, I think.
Yes, it was. A good curveball and a 1-0 count. It's important to establish early in this game to the Dodgers for Madison Bumgarner that he can get that curveball over when he's behind the count.
Barnes on deck. Outside corner, 2-2.
Dodgers have been waiting all year for Forsythe to get it going, and they think he finally has found a swing. So bats have been pretty solid this month.
Chop foul.
Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into their TV set, the X1 voice remote, and they get live stats on their TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
Tap foul. Forsythe spoiled a good pitch. Pitch number 22 for Bumgarner. Nice double play to end the first. Got him.
94.
Well, the Giants Insider Podcast is back on NBCSportsBayArea.com, and it's brought to you by Max Muscle. Log on each week as Alex Pavlovich talks baseball. Giants Insider Podcast with Alex on NBCSportsBayArea.com. Also available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and just about everything else.
Some true hearts. The gentleman on the right last night had his Panda hat on, not wearing it tonight.
Well, Panda's not in the lineup. Barnes at 284. Crawford's got it on one hop. He gets up. He throws. Not a problem.
Wow.
And another great play by Brandon Crawford, who's had many this year. As you can see, the catch, and then how quickly he gets up. Up! And the perfect throw.
Let's see what they came up with for this photo.
in the 9th inning off of Kenley Jansen, and that is gone. And it went from a 4-1 game to a 4-2 game, so it didn't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it did for Pablo Sandoval.
Exactly. I mean, he's found a swing, and I mean that right there solidifies it, and that'll bring confidence to Pablo.
There's Panik, who takes a strike. Panik was not credited with a sacrifice bunt, even though it really was. So that possibly changes. As that hit Ryu, and I think it hit him on the hand.
I think it did too. Hand or just above the wrist, but he is hurting.
And before Ryu can even pace around, you've got trainers out there, you got the manager out there.
There's no way he continues off of this one. The problem with getting hit there is that your arm spasms out, and you lose feel in your hand, you lose strength in your hand. And given where they are in the season, I mean, I would be very surprised if this guy were allowed to continue.
I agree.
And the other thing too is as you get hit, it continues to tighten up. I mean, they're checking for a break right now, and then the fact that he's shaking his head is good news. But still, the muscles are spasmed there. I mean, that was a ball that was hit hard. And Joe Panik's got to be ticked off that he didn't get a hit, hitting the ball that hard.
Yeah, exactly.
And from Yu's perspective, it was a pretty nice play to get the out. See right where it got him on the button. May have caught a little bit of glove. I mean, that's 94 miles an hour off the bat.
Yeah, they're going to talk him off the field. And, you know, hopefully, look, he'll wake up tomorrow, x-rays will be fine, and he'll be able to get ready for postseason. But I can tell you this, that could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a broken wrist very easily.
So now you go to the bullpen, and whoever you choose gets as much time as they want.
It is the weirdest thing when you come out of the bullpen and you have to follow an injury to a starting pitcher or any pitcher really, and you are given that assignment and they say, hey, take as many throws as you want, which is going to be about 20 throws, but you definitely feel odd taking 20 throws out there in front of the whole world on the main diamond. It's not something you ever do. So it's going to be Ross Stripling.
When it's time for a change, things speedy. Oil change and auto service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back.
San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
A 1-0 lead for the Giants. So Ryu out of the game, and Ross Stripling into the game, and he'll come in with 1 out and nobody on.
See, the year for Stripling has started, and he's got the 4 pitches that you see from a starter. A fastball that goes low to mid-90s from a high 3/4 release. I mean, he's right over the top. 73 strikeouts against 18 walks and 70 2/3 innings. That's good stuff. Got a really good sharp breaking curveball. It's a 12-6 break. Slider and a changeup. And he's just going to take his time, which, yeah, I mean, he's going to take about 20-25 throws. Should be good. For a guy who's been in the bullpen most of the year, they learn to be quite economical with their throws.
Well, the great thing about having the time now where Stripling can take as many pitches is we get to enjoy the entertainment, the music, the noise that the folks here at Dodger Stadium have delightfully entertained us for the last couple of years.
Well, you say tongue-in-cheek. It is a problem here for broadcasters, for ball players. The volume is so loud in this ballpark that, you know, it's really uncomfortable.
And those speakers are in center field, but they're aimed right. You know, it's almost like they're 4 cannons aimed at this bunker.
By far the loudest PA system in all of baseball. And why they have it this loud, I have no idea, because it's not good.
Yeah, we found out the one guy tried and couldn't get it stopped, and he retired last year.
Yeah, Vince Scully. He didn't like it.
Well, while we hear this great music, it's a good time to do the Saturday the 30th is Star Wars Day, and it's a VIP Star Wars experience. You get Triple's Alley Party, you get war items, you get a Bumgarner Jedi light up canvas. Well, you just get a bunch of stuff. Visit sfgiants.com/special events. So Stripling appears to be ready.
Batting, number 2.
Yep, he's patient. He's got his orange lid on.
Yeah, he's patient. The speaker cannons aren't aimed at him.
We talked to Bruce Bochy about it. So what's it like down there in the dugout? He says it's too loud, and all the players are talking about it.
So here's Span with 1 out. Span wastes no time as he singles off of Stripling. And that'll bring up Buster Posey.
That's how you want to greet a new guy coming out of the bullpen. First pitch, base hit.
Buster singled in the first. It was a 2-out base hit. So Span with his lead. Posey waits, and Buster takes a call strike.
Little cut fastball at 89 miles per hour to introduce himself.
And a quick toss, and Span got back.
Brandon McCarthy in the Dodgers bullpen starting to get heated up. So it becomes a bullpen game.
I'm not sure Buster thinks that that's a strike, but it's called a strike. It's 0-2.
Yeah, that's the look of disapproval.
Yeah, if you read his lips, he basically said outside corner. And some umpires will say yep, others will say nope, right down the middle. This man back again.
I tell you, he's just getting back under the tag of Kyle Farmer. Stripling's got a good quick move to first. Dodgers like Stripling coming out of that bullpen because his delivery is so unique. There aren't many guys right over the top coming out of a bullpen. And he's a strike thrower.
One and two. Pence on deck. Here's the 1-2 to Posey. Close. 2-2.
It's the time of year right now for everybody in that Dodger bullpen. This is an audition for a lot of guys like Stripling. They're trying to make this postseason roster.
Got him.
So he comes right back in with another curveball and gets his first strikeout of the night.
Great under Pence.
Big over the top 12-6 break. And you don't see many of those. Posey way off balance on the swing. Not a lot of lower body in that hack.
Pence rolled out to second in the first. Span again, making it close. Making the big, tall Jordan Baker having to make some close calls here at first.
Jordan Baker, the tallest umpire at 6'8". Those are close.
Span looks like he's going to go. He does not, and this is tapped right back to Stripling. And that's going to end the inning. 1-0 Giants.
Lager, a Mexican-style lager from Anchor Brewing and the San Francisco Giants.
1-0 Giants on the Buster Posey RBI single in the first inning. And here he's facing Kyle Farmer. Farmer on the year is 4 for 12. Remember, he had the base hit that Sunday night when the Dodgers came back to beat the Giants in the 9th inning. There's a half swing. It's 0-2.
You make a hitter look like that, you made a great pitch. That totally broke him down.
And on the 0-2 pitch, Farmer comes back and he wins the battle. And Farmer's hit on that Sunday night was a pitch that was really away.
I mean, that's his first big league knock, and it's a walk-off. Yep, a moment you live for. First big league knock, and he gets stripped out in the middle of the infield. So a moment he'll never forget.
Here's Culberson. And a belt tie strike to Culberson. Culberson's had 19 lifetime at bats against Bumgarner and 5 hits, and 2 out of those 5 have been doubles. On the ground to Panic. Panic shuffles to Crawford. Crawford shuffles to Jones. And another 4-6-3 double play.
Bumgarner, he doesn't have a sinker, but he's got pitches that he can get ground balls with, the slider and the curveball.
I think the Giants have found a way to speed up games. Double play. So right now we have number 67 pinch hitting.
Okoye Dixon, this is a kid from San Mateo. And everywhere he's gone in the Dodger organizations, I mean, this is his 6th year, he's had double-digit home runs. Lots of power.
And there's a shot into right center field, and that's a base hit. It rolls up Span's arm, but he recovers.
So for Dixon, he gets his first big league base hit, and he gets it against Madison, Bumgarner, and the Giants, the team he rooted for as a kid. And this is not a hanger either. Backdoor breaking ball. Dixon just goes down and beats the location going the other way. Great swing.
When the Dodgers were in San Francisco, we inevitably ran into a number of people from San Francisco that had ties with Dixon, and they all said the same thing: greatest kid in the world.
Well, he's got himself a big league batting average.
Under that jersey, there's a Giants t-shirt. I'm telling you right now. There's a swing and a miss by Taylor.
That's what we're going with.
Kind of hard to do in a clubhouse. Maybe you just throw a lot of bleach into it where you just really can't read what it says.
Yeah, it's got to be small print, like number 5 font, but he's got it on. Anyway, nice moment, kid.
Hit out into right center field. Span is gonna track it down, and that's gonna end the inning. So Denard Span keeps the Dodgers off the board. It remains 1-0 Giants. 1908 Cubs Giants. 2 outs, Al Bridwell. The Giants singled home a winning run in the bottom of the 9th, but the runner on first, Fred Merkle, failed to touch second base in the celebration. We're going to see highlights of that. No, we're not. John Evers of the Cubs retrieved the ball, stepped on second base. Merkle was ruled out. The run did not count. The game was declared a tie. The game was replayed on October 8th with the Cubs winning the game, and they won the pennant by 1 game. Cubs went on to win the pennant over the Tigers, or win the World Series over the Tigers. Fred Merkle. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
So the new pitcher now, the big right-hander, Brandon McCarthy, who does not lack for stuff. I mean, he's got some of the best stuff on this Dodger team. Another guy who's auditioning.
Crawford singled in the second. He opened up the second with a base hit. And he hits a bullet to right. And Puig catches it right off his shoe tops.
It went in at 92 and went out at 108.
Number 37, Kelby Tomlinson.
So here's Kelby Tomlinson. Tomlinson hit a fly ball to center field in the second. And he chops this one to third for Forsythe. 2 down.
And that's what you get with McCarthy. You get a lot of ground balls. He's got big time sink at high velocity. A big, tall guy.
Number 63, Ryder Jones.
See, how tall is he? Well, 6'7", 230, big fella.
Almost tall as Jordan Baker.
The umpire at first base.
Here's Jones.
Now the thing about the playoffs is Dodgers don't have to worry about wild card. They're going to be probably the team that has the best record. And they're going to have home field advantage throughout all the levels of the playoffs. In each level, you can reconstruct your roster. You have 25 guys. I mean, you could take 9 pitchers. You could take 13 pitchers. If you're playing a team with a lot of left-handed hitters, you could load up with a lot of left-handed pitchers.
Foul.
But there are going to be a few hearts broken. I mean, Pedro Baez, who's been like their setup guy 5 months of this year, he's been absolutely struggling big time during the month of September, and he might not even make the postseason roster.
They could use one of their starters.
And when you're the manager, you don't make apologies to anybody. You load up the best team you can possibly have.
So Jones strikes out for the second time. That's going to end the inning, and it remains 1-0.
4 dealers last night. Josh Osich, outstanding outing, an inning and 2/3, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and he did it in 34 pitches. He was outstanding. That's our smart play, brought to you by your California Ford dealers.
So Giants with a 1-0 lead. Bumgarner with 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's thrown 2 double play balls, which has been very helpful. And it'll be Corey Seager who's going to lead things off. And a swing and a foul back. There's that first pitch that Seager likes, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
And that was the same pitch that Bumgarner struck him out with in his first at bat. Bumgarner started it out again, and Seager up there hacking.
Popped up and out of play. On deck is Kike Hernandez. Posey set up. Got him.
Elevate the fastball. Aggressive swinger. Sees it so big, just can't keep that top hand on it. Nice pitch.
He's throwing strikes.
He's also got a good fastball tonight. We've seen him top out at 94, and we see it usually in his 2-strike fastball. Here he just elevates.
Hernandez bounced into a 4-6-3 double play. Big curveball for a strike.
That's 19 straight strikes from Bumgarner.
Come on.
Yeah, 19. Of course, they're swinging at a few balls out of the strike zone, but hey, 19 straight strikes.
Broadcasters jinx. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Hernandez, a lot of great moments against Bumgarner, and they're all basically on fastballs. And Bumgarner started throwing curveballs at him, and all of a sudden he kind of put an end to the hot streak that Hernandez had on him, the ownage that he had on him.
That foul. Giancarlo Stanton hit his 57th tonight. If he gets hot, he might hit 61.
He's the kind of guy that can hit 7 or 8 in a week, easy.
Plus, they're going to Denver.
That's a good place to hit.
He might do that in 1 game.
Of course, he's hitting in a pretty good ballpark right now, Arizona.
Absolutely.
Good ballpark if you're a hitter and you've got power.
And a bit outside, 2-2. Started to go, held up, 3-2. So the payoff is popped up. It'll be Panic or Jones. Panic is going to call off Jones, as he should, and he makes the catch. 2 outs.
Number 66, Yasiel Puig.
one matchup you really look forward to are these two guys when Bumgarner pitches. Because there's not a lot of love for one another. Both very competitive people. This is as good as it gets right here.
And a perfect pitch to make it 0-1.
Let's take a look at first pitch strike. Perfect. If you're a pitcher. And that's one Bumgarner wanted. So I think the count should be 1-1.
Just
Both
the
pitches,
other way around.
Exactly. But both pitches have been perfect. Puig's getting his best effort.
Takes it. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1.
And the one thing Bumgarner does not want to do is walk him, because in his mind, Puig wins.
Yep. This will be an out to left field, and that'll end the inning. After 4. 1-0 Giants.
I love this. Of the season, Friday the 29th through Sunday, October 1st. And Friday the 29th, we're going to honor the Willie Mack Award winner of 2017. Saturday the 30th, it's Star Wars Day at the Yard. And on Sunday, October 1st, it's a special 12:05 start and Fan Appreciation Day, with the grand prize being a 2018 Toyota Camry. Go to sfgiants.com.
And Bumgarner with a healthy swing and a miss. Reached on an error in the second. Smiling at something Austin Barnes said. On the ground to third again, and Forsythe has this one. 1 out.
Well, the last out of the inning, a 3-1 breaking ball, and Puig thought he should have done more with it. And look at the look that Bumgarner gave him.
You know what? A year ago, he'd have said something. And he wanted to.
Oh, yeah, it crossed his mind.
He wanted to, because right here he turns and maybe if Puig makes eye contact with him, he does. But just trying to calm down a little bit. I still think he has that desire to just go tackle him.
Well, hey, it's another chapter in the book. It's just another chapter in the book.
Just to go, just tackle him. He swings and misses, nothing in 2.
You know, the world of baseball is a small one, and it wouldn't surprise me at some point, someday, that those two wind up being on the same team together.
Oh, they'll be in the same rodeo together. What are you talking about? The low to Marquis Hernandez. Again, 2-2.
But there's always going to be that added spice to that confrontation. It just is.
I think we're all perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, not a problem.
Little jam shot into center field, and that's a base hit for Marquis Hernandez.
Second hit of the night.
Second baseman Joe Panik.
So here's Joe Panik. Marquis Hernandez with 11 steals, and Panik takes a strike. On the left field line, that's going to be out of play. So it's a quick 0-2.
In this hot streak that Panik is on right now, and it's been, well, it's been amazing, quite honestly. What he has done with 2 strikes is even better what he's done in 2-0 counts. I mean, he's just a great exhibition of bat head command. Hit 467 through the last 17 games. This month, hitting 431. That's better than anybody. Average went from 262 up to 291 starting today.
Nice block by Barnes. Well, years ago, what did we call it?
Salary draft.
Yeah.
The month of September, get hot. The old saying in baseball is the thing they remember most is the thing that you did last. And for Joe Panik, great salary draft month.
Yeah, remember back then, we're talking about, I got called up in 1974. There were no contracts longer than 1 year. So you went year to year, and that meant you had to try to pad your stats to try to get a raise. Hernandez goes, Panik takes high. Here's the throw. It's in the center field. It'll be a stolen base. Hernandez 12th.
Well, big jump. McCarthy at 6'7" takes a while to get rid of the ball, and that's a pretty high leg kick right there. You're not doing your catcher any favors. Take a look at the jump. You get at least another step and a half with a slow delivery.
Tap slowly. Foul. And we'll do it again. So Panic will come back.
Billy Hayes, Jeff Samardzija, talking ball. Old catcher, veteran pitcher. In the ball game, you see Billy Hayes, you're going to see a stopwatch in his hand.
Hit on the ground to second. And Culberson will corral it and throw to first. And now Denard Span's got a chance to knock in a run.
Phil Nevin talking it over with Gorkis Hernandez. Saying, Gorkis, I want you to steal home here.
If you get a good jump, go for it. If you make it, mention to the manager it was my idea. If you don't, tell him you did it on your own. There's a pitch down low. The skipper. And a good one, I might add. There's a strike at the knees. Span had a base hit in the third. This is his first at bat against McCarthy. I wonder how many times in his career he's had 3 at bats in a game, and they've all been against someone different.
Doesn't happen very often. Ryu, the starter for the Dodgers, out in the third inning after getting hit on the hand by a ball hit by Joe Panic. So it becomes a bullpen game.
And a base hit for Span. And Gorkis Hernandez is going to score. Span's going to swing the bat well lately.
Yeah, he'll tell you, I'm a better second half player. And he's always been that in his career. Here, gets a breaking ball, waits for it, sees it, puts it right back up the middle. Just controlled the way you're taught. Use the middle of the field with 2 strikes. Giants, both their runs have been 2-out knocks. Those do more than just put it around the board. They pump up the volume in the dugout.
Here's Buster Posey. Span goes a huge jump. And he steals it.
I mean, you know, we're talking about auditioning for a lot of these Dodger pitchers right now. That's one thing that McCarthy, you know, you start talking about playoff games where every 90-foot increment is huge, and you don't do a good job of holding on runners, you don't give your catcher a chance to throw out somebody. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, you can't pitch in relief.
No, you can't. And that can get you off a roster. A lot of 1-1 ball games in the playoffs.
Posey taps it foul. Span with a good-sized lead off of second. In tight, 2 balls and a strike. One more game at Dodger Stadium. That'll be tomorrow afternoon. 3 in Arizona, 3 against San Diego. And then we can pick our own friends. Lifted out to left center field. And that'll end the inning. A run on 2 hits. Giants are leading 2-0. Now let's go to our NBC Sports Bay Area studio for a deeper coverage of baseball, and it's presented by T-Mobile. crank up the music here at Dodger Stadium. So Forsythe will lead things off. I just decided I'm not going to compete with it.
No, you can't.
I am 0 for. Forsythe takes high and struck out in the second. Barnes and then Kyle Farmer. This is hit out to Gorkis Hernandez. And Gorkis puts it away. And here's Barnes. Barnes probably hit the ball the hardest in this game for the Dodgers, but it happened to be to the left of Crawford. And Crawford took one away from him.
This guy's really had a nice season for the Dodgers. You know, you're going to have a good year. For 5 months, they did some things historically. Everybody was making contribution, and Barnes is one of those guys. I mean, you don't figure that your backup catcher is going to get you, right around 285 with 6 home runs and 32 RBIs.
Look out. Here's the play we're talking about with Crawford. Is that a hit? Nope.
That's one of those plays when you run down the baseline, you just start cussing. Because you had one taken away from you.
2-1 to Barnes. It was right around July when Sports Illustrated came out with their cover story on the Dodgers. It's a little pop-up to Crawford. And I think the article was greatest team ever and then question mark. And then after that, they didn't win a game for like 2 weeks.
Well, then they went on a 6-20 roll. I mean, that after you watch what these guys have done for 5 months, I mean, you couldn't even imagine them going 6-20.
Now, look, we should point out that the Dodgers didn't have anything to do with Sports Illustrated and what Sports Illustrated was saying. As a matter of fact, I'm sure Dave Roberts was like, "Oh man, what are you doing?" Telling us in the truck it was the August 28th issue. This is hit on the ground to Tomlinson, and that'll end the inning. 6th inning coming up. Mercedes-Benz dealers. It happened last night from Cody Bellinger, 3-run home run off of the Shark. His 39th of the season, and that sets a nationally rookie record for home runs. Having a pretty good year, that kid. Yeah, you see the numbers for Bellinger. He's got a little to go. Here's Pence. 2-0 Giants. Pence just gets underneath this one to left field. And Seager's going out. And he makes the catch. And that'll bring up Crawford.
One pitch, one out. It's a gift.
Shortstop Brandon Crawford.
Hey,
We got good
Crooked
seats
Kuiper
tonight.
here. Yeah, but let my hair grow out a little bit this year. Gamers. I'm voting them best dressed tonight.
Yeah, I agree. It's like we're sitting on the plane. Here's Crawford. Crawford's hit the ball hard twice. He's got a hit, and then he lined out the Puig. And he dribbles it foul. 0-2.
Crawford, no stranger to Southern California. It's collegiate ball at UCLA. Great career there. UCLA about 20 minutes away from Dodger Stadium.
With or without?
With.
So then it really must just be around the corner if there's no if there's a.
Well, you have to
No
know the
traffic.
side roads. You're not going to drive the freeway when it's packed. There's ways to get around it.
SC is close, right?
That's just down the street. Without traffic, literally 10 minutes away.
Well, that's done. That's impossible.
But Westwood on the west side, without traffic, it's probably 20, 25 minutes. With traffic, 6 hours and 11 minutes.
Yep. Crawford pops it up into shallow center field. Seager is going to catch this one as well. 2 down.
Third baseman Kelby Tomlinson.
Tomlinson is 0 for 2. And a strike, I think. Ryder Jones is on deck. And another strike, and it's 0-2.
Good curveball right there. Big one.
Sixth inning. As the temperature starts to cool down just a bit. And Tomlinson will not be happy with that at bat as he strikes out. Bumgarner coming back out. 2-0 Giants.
brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. By AAA. Get a free canvas backpack. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/road trip or to a AAA branch for details. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Giants with a 2-0 lead is Charlie Culberson. Takes a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Culberson, a pinch hitter. And then Taylor. And there's a call strike. Clay Thompson's brother on deck.
It is.
In tight, 2 balls and a strike. Center field, right at Span. 1 out.
Well, One Medical will be hosting a pop-up flu shot clinic before the game on Saturday the 30th in O'Doul Plaza. You can stop by to get your flu shot, take home Giant giveaways, have your picture taken with Lucille, and meet Giants alumni. Visit One Medical Clinic pregame on Saturday the 30th in O'Doul Plaza.
So here's Trace Thompson. Right on the outside corner.
Thompson just 45 bats this year in 22 games for the Dodgers. Has not got it going offensively.
And you can see the similarities from brother to brother.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a Thompson.
This pop-up is going to be out of play. Warriors start pretty soon, didn't they?
It's getting close.
They have an exhibition game within maybe like in about a week. Got him.
The backdoor slider takes out the knees. 4 strikeout for Madison Bumgarner. Let's take a look at perfection as they stretch the target. I don't know if you could hit that with a broom.
I don't know. I don't think Mike Everett's a Clay Thompson fan, a Warrior fan. So here's Taylor. By the way, the Warriors, they talk about some of the stuff they did in the offseason. In our eyes, they got weaker in the offseason because Dan Martinez left.
That's right.
Dan was with us, with the Giants, went to the Warriors, spent some great years in their PR department, and he's now with the Atlanta Hawks. Danny, come on, what are you doing? So we miss him.
He'll do well.
He will. He's a good man. One of the things he did that was really smart is he literally did not take our advice at all about anything.
Dan Martinez?
Yep. And Taylor strikes out to end the inning. 5 strikeouts for Bumgarner. He's dealing tonight, and it'll be Jones to lead things off. Toyota Game Summer, and it's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. And it's been a night for Madison Bumgarner. He's thrown 67 pitches. He's got 5 strikeouts. He's induced a couple of double plays. Ryu left after Panic hit him with a line drive. And the Giants with 6 hits, the Dodgers with 2. When it's time for a change, things speedy, oil change and auto service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
The new pitcher now for the Dodgers will be the right-hander Pedro Baez. Mid to high 90s guy. He throws hard with a slider and a changeup. And he was the setup guy for 5 months, and then he hit on hard times. And now he's scuffling trying to make this postseason team. Looking for confidence.
He got booed.
Yeah. How soon they forget.
So here's Ryder Jones, who struck out twice. And if Ryder Jones was thinking, boy, I'd really like to see a couple of fastballs, well, he's going to see them. No balls and 1 strike. He takes a close pitch, but down low to even the count. Foul back, so it's 1-2. The price you pay can really be tough if you're Ryder Jones. You just got to keep hanging in there.
Well, and he's getting at bats. I mean, that's the only way you're going to fight your way out of it is to get chances. Just still looking for rhythm.
Foul back.
You know, and when you've hit everywhere in the minor leagues and you get to the big league level, you're thinking, all right, I'm gonna tear it up. I'm gonna set the world on fire. And then all of a sudden, you get exposed to a hole in your swing.
Yeah.
Well, it's not beach balls; it's a Modelo can. So, but I mean, from Ryder Jones' perspective, you got work to do. You got to cover up the holes.
2-2.
He's got a flat swing and he's got a hole down and in with breaking balls. And once they start pounding them with back foot sliders and curveballs or front door sink, now all of a sudden you forget your strength, which is middle away up. You get caught in between thoughts. You're flicking fastball, you swing at sliders, you look at sliders, you swing at fastballs, you're late. Can't get your legs in a swing.
Hit out into center field.
You just have to work your way through it. And he will.
Madison Bumgarner.
He's a coach's kid.
Here's Bumgarner. Remember, Baez, one of the slowest workers in both leagues. So this game had a pretty good pace to it. One ball and no strikes. Bumgarner reached on an error in the second and a ball hit the third, and then he did bounce out to third in the fifth. One ball and one strike.
1-0 slider. A respectful 1-0 slider. Yeah, I think Bumgarner's pretty much used to it. When you start hitting home runs at the pace that he's hit them at, the league takes notice. So you get pitched like you're an everyday player. You get 1-0 sliders.
Bounces this one to Culberson. And here's Gorkis Hernandez, who scored both runs in this game.
Left fielder Gorkis Hernandez.
Gorkis has been knocked in twice on 2-out base hits. One from Posey in the first and the other from Span in the fifth. Cueto looking on. And a strike. Johnny Cueto scheduled to pitch Monday against the D-backs.
They had a reggae band that was live playing in the parking lot. They were piping into the ballpark during batting practice. Johnny Cueto was jamming. He was loving every bit of it.
One ball and one strike. Hit out to Puig and right. He got a late jump and it's over his head. And Hernandez is going to roll into second with a double. It almost looked like Puig was surprised that the ball was hit to him.
From Gorkis Hernandez's perspective, you can't hit a ball any better to right field than this. This is not his forte. Third hit of the night for Gorkis Hernandez. This has got some backspin on it. And even with a bad jump, Puig almost winds up making a miraculous play. He has been spectacular defensively this year in right field for the Dodgers. Just off the fingertips. So it sets it up for Joe Panik.
A bunt. Out. Ball back to the pitcher. Out. And a ground ball to second. 0 for 3.
He could have had 2 hits.
Panik with a good swing and a foul back. Seventh inning. Good speed at second. Hernandez trying to score his third run of the game. Off the end of the bat, 0-2.
That's a changeup.
You hit a ball hard to the guy in right field. It really doesn't matter how fast you are at second.
Yeah, all three of the outfielders the Dodgers have are outstanding arms, but the one in right field clearly the best. Puig, one of the best arms in all of baseball.
Very high.
Easy take.
Hit towards the hole, but cut off by Forsythe. And that's going to end the inning. Bottom of the seventh coming up. Lead, and Bumgarner gets to face the middle of the lineup, and it'll be Corey Seager to lead things off.
"67 pitches. They're very stingy.
Seager, I'm not even going to call that a swing. It's no balls in one strike. Struck out twice. Oh, 2.
So 2 pitches, 2 aggressive swings. Neither pitch would have been called a strike had Seager taken them. But that's not his mindset, and he doesn't really care, because he knows it only takes 1 pitch to hurt a pitcher.
1-2 to Seager. Seager out of play. Bumgarner with 93 on the outer half of the plate. Panic's got it. Kind of leaned and then fell to his left to put it away. 1 out.
A little topspin on it. Had a little personality. Kind of working its way away from Joe Panik. And in the end, right in the sweet spot.
So here's Kike Hernandez. Double play ball and a pop-up. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Yasiel Puig is on deck. Out into center field. Span is going to go back. It's over his head. So at second is Hernandez, and that'll be a double.
Break a ball just off the plate away, and Hernandez puts a charge into it to center field. You can watch the jump. So a 1-out double, and that brings a tying run to the plate. That ball may have knuckled on Denard Span.
So here's Puig. Puig is bounced out and popped out.
It's backed off the plate.
And he tried to tie it up.
And he was looking for that pitch in. I mean, they pretty much know each other very well. Puig knows he's going to get cut fastballs in on the hands. He got in the batter's box, and he's a little bit farther off the plate than he was in his first 2 at-bats. And he was looking for the pitch he got. Expect this to be another cutter, but off the plate in towards his hands.
Down and in. It's a ball and a strike. Forsythe on deck.
Both tuned up.
Slip up the middle, hits the mound, and Crawford's going to throw him out. On the plate.
You're a middle infielder, and you have a ball hit off the mound. What does that do to the ball?
You know, Mike, I see it a lot more now as a broadcaster than I did as a player.
So it didn't really bother you?
It really didn't, because I had a shorter throw.
Because it kind of hits and kicks to Crawford. Takes a little steam off. Didn't look like it phased him at all.
So Forsythe is going to hit with Hernandez at third. Forsythe, the strikeout and a fly ball to left. Strike on the inside corner. Walker Buehler getting loose. High and away. Three and one. Hunter Pence over by the stands, and he's going to adjust, move back a little bit, and put it away, and that'll end the inning. Never a doubt, Hunter Pence, 2-0 Giants. Join Dave Feldman and Dennis Brown on the official pre- and post-game shows of the team. And check out insider Matt Mayoko on NBCSportsBayArea.com. Sunday to Sunday, the home of the authentic 49ers fan is NBC Sports Bay Area. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
So Walker Buehler, the pride of the Dodgers farm system, takes the ball. He's been in 5 games. He's got roughed around a little bit. Still 8 strikeouts in 5 1/3. You're going to see a real high 3/4 release with good velocity in the fastball, mid to high 90s. Got a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
So here's Span, who's got a couple of hits. And he strokes this one into right field for a base hit. So 3 singles on the night for Denard Span, and that'll bring up Buster Posey.
I mean, he can have some multi-hit nights. 2, 3, 4 hit nights. When he gets that swing going, it becomes the magic one-do. Stay hot.
Posey RBI single in the first, a strikeout and a fly ball to left, 1 for 3. On the ground towards the hole and a base hit. So Buehler's going, wait a minute, I got 2 ground balls and now I'm in trouble.
Right fielder, number 8, Hunter Pence.
And this really is a rookie that started in the lower minor leagues, came right through the system all the way to the big leagues. I mean, he's a guy that you have to even consider to the next level, to postseason, because of his stuff. And he's a strike thrower. So this situation right here, I mean, if you're Buehler, I mean, it's an opportunity for you to pitch out of it and really impress your manager and your pitching coach.
All right, here's Pence. Pence is 0 for 3. Probably going to see a healthy fastball at some point.
And if you think, well, there's 99 right there. And if you think that's unlikely, think back to 2002 when Frankie Rodriguez came up late in the season with the California Angels, or the Anaheim Angels, and he had everything to do with the Angels winning the World Series.
Pence takes a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pence with a swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
This 91-mile-an-hour cut. He throws it 2 in a row, backs it up. And Pence is not seeing it. Not by the looks of that last swing.
No swing. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Pence trying to hang in there against Walker Buehler. Foul back. That's a better swing.
He was on that one. 98 outside corner to Belt.
Nope, 3-2.
So a 94-mile-an-hour cut. This kid does not lack stuff.
And the walk.
And it winds up being a pretty good at bat from Hunter Pence's perspective, from a guy he doesn't know much about, with great stuff, and he is down to the count 1-2, and he works a walk.
Number 35, Brandon Crawford.
So here's Crawford. Crawford 1 for 3. And the pitch. Crawford taps it foul. Infield is playing in. So Buehler trying to pitch out of this mess. A couple of singles and a walk. Gave up a grand slam to the Rockies' Mark Reynolds on their last homestand. Out of play, 1-2. And that is indeed a healthy fastball.
You know, it doesn't look like there's big movement on it, and it happens when you're with a high 3/4 release. At times that release can give you a straight fastball. I mean, he's going to learn movement up here. Different grips.
Got him.
One thing he knows how to do, though, is strike people out. And with a 1-2 count and an advantage, he drops that over-the-top curveball, which is like rolling off a table. Puts it down below the strike zone, and he gets Crawford to get after it. I mean, that's a perfect pitch in a 1-2 count. And that's an 86-mile-an-hour breaking ball. That's a high-velocity curveball.
Tomlinson, usually pretty good in spots like this. And he looks at a strike.
Now looking for a breaking ball. And the guy's throwing 98, 99, and you don't know him. You're going to go up there looking for 98, 99.
Yeah.
You're going to cheat. You're going to sit on a fastball.
Buehler's right where he wants to be now, 0-2.
First pitch breaking ball, then you follow it up with high velocity octane.
Up the middle. And that'll end the inning. So Buehler does a nice job of coming back. Bumgarner goes back out. It remains 2-0. Pregame live at noon. We'll have the game for you right at 1 o'clock here on NBC Sports Bay Area. You can stream live on NBC Sports app and check out Alex Pavlovich on NBCSportsBayArea.com. So it'll be Barnes to lead things off. And Barnes looks at a strike. Barnes has had a hit taken away from him by Crawford. And then he popped out to Crawford in the 5th. Down low.
Remember the last time that Bumgarner was here in Los Angeles against these Dodgers, it was a Sunday game, and he threw 7 shutout innings. The Giants would eventually lose that ball game, but he was brilliant. Tonight he has been that much better.
Foul back, 1-2.
And you say, how could he be that much better? Well, he's been that much more efficient with his pitch count. And that last pitch, just pitch number 86, as you see Hunter Strickland start to get heated up.
Stays at 1-2. Driven to left, hit well and gone. Barnes hits his 7th of the year, and now it's a 1-run game.
Now this is a 2-strike pitch. They tried to go above the letters with the fastball, and it drops down right in there. Middle in, just above the left knee. And Barnes, who's had pretty good swings against Bumgarner tonight, stings him for a solo shot.
So Farmer takes outside. He's singled and he's rolled out to third. On the ground towards the hole. Crawford on the backhand, the throw, and they got him. Nice play, Ryder Jones.
He just didn't know how Crawford was going to get enough on the throw. And it wound up being really one of the best digs we've seen of any of the Giants first basemen this year. And Jones reaches out as this ball comes up on him high, and the higher the hop, the tougher the play. And a good job of wrestling it down, and big out following the home run. Once again, Crawford almost throwing from the baseline when he finally gets rid of it.
Here's Culberson, who takes down low.
Crawford has made a couple plays tonight that just had you shaking your head watching it.
Bellinger's on deck. There's a called strike.
And look how far he is towards the third base line. I mean, that's way over there. And then Jones hangs in there, and that'll put gas in the gas tank of a starting pitcher, especially when he's in the 8th inning, especially after he just gave up a home run. Close pitch.
So 3-1. Payoff pitch coming up to Charlie Culberson. And he strokes it into right field. And Pence cannot cut it off. So it'll be a double for Culberson. now Bellinger's going to hit.
And Dave Bergotti going to come out. It's not a hanger. I mean, this is nice hitting from Culberson. I mean, that's off the plate away. I mean, the only way you're going to beat that pitch is if you do what he did and you go the opposite way. And with these gaps, shoots through, and with the speed of Culberson, an easy two-bagger. Just like that, the Dodgers have the time run and score position.
Number 35, Cody Bellinger.
So here's Bellinger.
So paper airplane got out of the infield. Napoli had to come out and clean it up a little bit.
Pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Bumgarner digging deep. You know what Bellinger's going to try and do. His swing is geared for one thing. It's lift and separate.
Foul.
You have to be careful about leaving something up belt high or above, because that's where he can hurt you. With contact, he gets elevation. Last night, hitting home run number 39, set a new National League rookie record for home runs.
High and deep. Down the line, Pence makes the catch. And tagging and going to third is Culberson.
This crowd is so well trained. When Bellinger hits a ball in the air, you're just thinking it's going out of here. And that's going to be the last pitch that Bumgarner throws.
So, when it's time for a change, things speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. And the new pitcher is Hunter Strickland.
Saw the numbers for Bumgarner: 5 hits allowed, 1 walk. He is responsible for the runner at third base. And he gives the ball up to Hunter Strickland, who's coming in for the 65th time this year. 3-3 on the year. 2.81 ERA.
So it'll be Chris Taylor with Culberson now at second. A run in on the home run by Barnes. And a fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes.
99 him on the first fastball. They are familiar with one another. Taylor has faced him 3 times. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. He has put the ball in play in all of his at-bats, and he hasn't walked.
And a strike at the knees. Oakland's got a little adrenaline pumping.
Well, this place will do it to you if you've got a Giants jersey on. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Mike Everett, plate umpire.
Out of play.
99 and Buster Posey wants that fastball up above the letters. He did not want that dropping in the strike zone. Not in a 1-2 count. Watch the high target. And that was a mistake, and he got away with it.
It foul.
So good breaking ball. He lets that thing break off the plate away. Not a whole lot that Taylor could do with that location except fight it off. Live to see another pitch.
Out of play again.
Steven Oakert heating up. That glove at 98, and somehow Chris Taylor lays off, and that's right where Posey wanted it.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Hit out to Pence, hit well, and Pence is going to make the catch in front of the wall to end the inning. 9th inning coming up. For Esurance Giants post-game live highlights, reaction analysis is coming up for a full hour after the game. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
So the new pitcher for the Dodgers will be the left-hander Tony Cingrani. See what he did this year. 45th time he's come into a game. And you add up what he did in Cincinnati and here in Los Angeles. He's got a good fastball. You'll see mid to high 90s. Three-quarter release with a slider and a changeup. Bellinger stays in the game at first base.
And Jones tardy, and it's no balls and one strike. Jones is 0 for 3. Oh and 2. Up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tim Fedorovich is on deck, the former Dodger. And this is skied out to right for Puig.
Well, MLB TV every night. MLB.TV. Every device. Go to MLB.TV for details.
So here's Fedorovich with Gorkis Hernandez on deck.
Ryder Jones is going to think about that breaking ball. He's thinking about he just missed one.
Fedorovich skies this one out into right center field for Taylor. So that's 2 down.
Sam Dyson getting ready. He will pitch the bottom of the 9th.
66, Hernandez.
Gorkis Hernandez is 3 for 4. That's the first pitch inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Look at it. He's had a good night.
He's had a very good night. Swinging a foul back to even the count.
For a while he had a little bit of a hand injury, kept him out of the lineup, but he's just been determined to have a good season. And you think about how Hernandez started this year out. He was an OUT about the first 6 weeks of the season, and he really has turned things around.
1 and 2. A bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Out of play again.
With the glove that Gorkis Hernandez has, I mean, he's such a good defensive player. You would think that he could hit 225, 230, he could still be an asset to a club. But if he hits 250 to 260, that is really a guy that can help out a ball club.
And he gets jammed and he pops it foul down the right field line and out of play.
You would never say that around him. In his mind, he thinks he can hit 270, 280. And he has done that and more in the minor leagues.
And a scud to make it 3-2. And the walk.
Nice at bat.
Number 12, Joe Paddock.
So here's Paddock, who does not have a hit tonight. Marquise Hernandez stole second base in the 5th.
Well, he's got the green light here against Cingrani. He gets a jump, he'll go. And I think Barnes is going to come out and tell Cingrani, don't worry about that runner. I'll throw him out. I mean, even if it's not true, you like to hear that from your catcher. But if you sense that it's a one-run ball game, if that pitcher's out there paying more attention to the hitter with 2 outs, or to the guy at first base than the hitter with 2 outs, you don't want him making that mistake. Barnes wants his concentration on Joe Paddock.
And a strike at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Good fastball, perfect location. So after falling behind the count 1-0, he comes right back with 2 good fastballs at the knees. And now he's got the advantage. Just good cut at 94, and you couldn't run it up there and put her in a better spot.
And it's a little low to Paddock, so it's 2-2. In tight, full count. Hernandez now gets to go. So with that in mind, Bellinger will play behind Hernandez. And a little pop-up to left field. And Kiki Hernandez will make the catch. And that'll end the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the 9th with Sam Dyson coming in. 5 hits for the Dodgers. And Sam Dyson is now in to try to get the last 3 outs.
Yeah, and he's going to face the heart of the beast. See what Dyson has done with the Giants, and it's really all you pay attention to. The first part of the season, his mechanics were not good, and every one of his numbers suffered. He came over to San Francisco, it all got tightened up. 13 saves on the season. ERA at 3.03. With Dyson, you're going to get a high velocity sink, mid to high 90s with a cutter and a changeup. He calls it a slider, but it's not a big one. It's more of a cut than a slider.
And it'll be Corey Seager to lead things off. So Seager steps up.
Loves the first pitch.
And he fouls this one, third base side.
So Dyson has advertised 95-mile-an-hour sink, but the significance is that it was a knee-high location. And for a sinker baller, that's one thing you always look at. What type of elevation they bring out with their first couple of pitches. Are they up? Or are they down around the knees? Knee high is very, very critical. That's where the ground balls are.
Ooh, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Changeup, but a good one. He throws that with a 2-seam grip. Gets the same movement as his sinker. Perfection at 96. And Seager immediately rubbernecks back to Mike Everett. Thought that was outside and low. Now he's got to cover it.
Out of play.
Another changeup. Posey wanted a front door sinker. Dyson shook it off. Then he signaled for a breaking ball. Dyson shook it off. He wanted that changeup the whole time. Again, Posey wants the front door sink. He shook off the sink, he shook off a curveball, he shook off a changeup. He wants to throw that fastball away. I said, let me have that breaking ball again.
Be careful with that one. It stays at 1 and 2.
That's cut on the hands, though. That's tough to, if you keep that at the belt off the plate in, that's tough to get that barrelhead on if you're hitting from the left side. And it also sets up the sink away. So a pitch in with cut, kind of cleanse the eye of Seager.
On the ground. Panic. To Jones.
And a sinker throwing after the cut. Movement running down away at the knees, and he gets the ground ball he's looking for.
So here's Granderson.
You see what Dave Roberts is thinking. I mean, he's putting all his low ball guys up there. He had Seager up there, and now he's got Granderson, who's a good low ball hitter. That's where his power is, down around the knees.
Down low to Granderson. There's a strike at that ease to even the count.
That's back-to-back changeups. And if you're Granderson, I mean, you're up there looking for the fastball off Dyson, down around the knees, something that's a mistake in the middle of the plate. And 2 times they've stayed away from that with the changeup.
Look out. That eats Buster up. It's 2 balls and a strike. There's a strike. 2-2.
Changeup. And that back leg of Granderson has not been timed to it. He's still sitting on that fastball. Now, with 2 strikes, he may adjust. He may not. Forget the 206. Look at the 25, the home run total. So in the end, it was again another changeup. It just had a little elevation to it, and a nice 2-strike at bat from Granderson.
Right fielder, number 66.
Just got up. And Granderson did take swing out, and he got in the protect mode, and it paid off for him.
Puig is 0 for 3.
Dyson is not quick out of the stretch. He is a guy, and if you have base stealing speed, you're going to think you have a chance. That throw over to first base called by the bench.
Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. On the ground, Tomlinson. They get the out there, so that's 2 down. You have to get 1 out, and that's what they did. And you also have to know the speed of the ball hit to you, whether you take a chance at hurrying everything to try to turn a double play.
Number 26, Chase Utley.
So here's Utley. So Utley stands in, always a threat.
And again, you have to pay attention to Puig at first. He's got base stealing speed. He's got 15 on the year. Just an inch or two away.
Now Puig goes. Posey's throw. And they got him, and that's the ball game. He never slid.
Unbelievable.
He never slid, and the game is over. And the Giants are going to win this one behind Madison Bumgarner. And I don't think Dave Roberts can believe it. He's standing in front of the dugout, perplexed as to how this game ended.
An absolute perfect strike, and he never slid. I mean, there's no way they can question that. He's out.
And guess what? I'm limping off the field, too.
Oh, I'm thinking like I have a compound fracture. He slowed up. I have no idea what he was thinking. What an incredible ending to this game. And that is just a head spasm.
He took a peek, and
1 run, 6 hits, 1 error.
so that's the ball game.
Unbelievable turn of events. But what a throw for Posey. Yeah, that's a Gold Glove throw. The Giants walk off winners.
So behind Bumgarner, behind a nice offensive night from Gorky Hernandez, a couple of 2-out base hits, the knock-in runs, bullpen, all in all, a nice night.
Well, in the 15th career win for Madison Bumgarner against these Dodgers, and he was outstanding tonight. And a lot of drama.